Greetings and welcome to our summer bonus episodes of the Food Professor Podcast presented by Cattle.
Once again, Sylvain and I are taking a couple of the summer months off to recharge and get ready for our next season. So as the official podcast for the SIAL Food Innovation Show this year in Toronto and spending some time at the Ontario Craft Wineries Conference in Niagara Falls, Sylvain and I had the opportunity to interview some of the leading thought leaders, brands, and makers in the food industry. As the saying goes, these are their stories.
Stay tuned for Season 6 of the Food Professor Podcast, debuting August 28th. We'll be back on the mic together live with our particular brand of truth, insight, interviews, custom research from our friends at Cattle, and yes, a whole lot of fun.
Dieter, welcome to the Food Professor Podcast. How are you doing?
Thank you for inviting. I'm doing very well.
Fantastic.
Having a busy time here at the show, and I'm happy to be here and talk to you.
Well, thanks for taking some time out of the busy show to talk to us here at SIAL. And it's your first time at SIAL, correct?
It's our first time at SIAL, and we did not know really what will be happening here, but it's good. We have quite a lot of customers visiting us and new people we haven't seen before, haven't known before, and we get interesting feedback to our products, and that is actually very important.
Now, do you typically do trade shows elsewhere in the world, or are you new to trade shows? Talk about how you go to market, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we do trade shows. The most important trade show is in France for us, and then another one in Germany, and we are also at the IDDBA in the States.
Right.
And some smaller ones, but yeah, you need to do. You have to show you and your products.
Yeah. So let's talk about your product. It's a cheese, and the folks, great folks from the Austrian group who I know well and known years. I trust them because I wasn't that familiar with Austrian products before SIAL, and I met Christine, and I met the people from Austria, and I started trying the product. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's really good, like top quality. Sylvain knew because he had spent time already in Austria, so he was like, yeah. So now you make a cheese. You brought some. I'm going to try some in a bit. But tell me about your what's your background? Are you a farmer or producer? What's your background?
Me personally, I'm a marketing man, and I'm with the company for more than 20 years now. And we started very small, because our owners. Father-in-law is a master cheesemaker.
Okay.
His name is Moosbrugger, and so he started selling out of a car, and it was growing, and he is a very creative man, and so he created products with cheese, which all of a sudden everybody said we need to know about it.
Yeah.
And also there was a blind tasting many years ago in France, and all of a sudden he received a silver medal for that, and then it started like a rocket.
Is that in your industry a big deal, like winning awards? Is that a lift up?
In some countries, yes. In some countries, you have to show this
credibility, or whatever you call it.
And when they see the gold medal or a silver medal, whatever, they trust in that.
That's very important.
So we do that in some countries, and we showed our new award-winning cheese, actually the one you have here.
I'm gonna try some now. Sometimes I like to chew into the microphone, but this will be very quiet.
This is a roll of pine cheese.
And, oh my goodness, that's good. That's good.
So
cheese.
It's Austrian cheese, 3 months old, semi-hard, and it's covered with pine, which has to be eaten. Yeah, it's good, and we just got a gold medal for that.
Oh, that's so good. I love that pine.
Yeah.
I've never had anything quite like it.
Oh, cool. So I think that is also what we present in export markets, is products not everybody has, and is maybe not everybody looking for. But once you have tasted it, you say, well, I think that could do it.
Oh, it's fantastic. Now, tell me about the cheese itself. I heard that the cows are very happy, and but as we think about cheese, I like to think about products in table stakes and differentiators.
Yeah.
At a table stake at a show like this, you got to have a good cheese. You got to have a good product, right?
Sure.
Or you might not even, don't even bother coming. But everybody has something pretty good. But how do you stand out? I mean, you already described that pine flavor, but tell me where it comes from. Tell me about the cows and what makes it different.
The difference is that the farms we're working with are very small, and they don't use any extra food or things for the cows, and the product is made quite straight, so no long transports, and the storage is very natural, and we can
Would
follow.
these be Holstein or Jersey cows? Like, do you kind of from a breed perspective, any idea?
Oh, well, it's the Austrian cow. As my boss says, cows are all over the world the same, or they do produce milk. It's always the thing how you feed them and what you make out of it. And we have really good master cheesemakers in Austria, and I would say the products we have are very unique.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that is the point. What we have to present and to taste.
Right.
And that's how it works.
Now, I've heard you've been here a couple of days and you found some cheese already at retail and some small specialty. How did it wind up in there? How did they find it?
A couple of years ago, we had a very interesting meeting with a company out of Montreal, Le Dépendance. They do importing cheese, and they already knew our cheese, because they buy a lot of it in Paris, and we are very strong in France. And then we had a chat with them, and they said, well, I think that is something we have to do very good and professional. Yeah. So we started 2 years ago, and they have a good network, and so they place our cheese at the right corners.
Fantastic.
And so I think that it's how it works. We have to start slowly, not from 1 to 100%, so very slowly. And so we get known. And so from that point of view, I think we do a strong way, not a fast way, because we want to do it a long time.
Right.
Not just
to
being,
last.
Just being here and then ciao. That's not our way.
This week's episode is sponsored by Cattle, now celebrating 10 years as Canada's voice of the consumer. Cattle empowers Canada's top brands and retailers with unparalleled access to first-party panel data and receipt-based insights. Cattle offers unmatched speed and scale with a budget that doesn't break the bank. They deliver the insights businesses need to outsmart the market and their competition. To learn more, visit cattle.ca or reach out to insights@cattle and mention the Food Professor in order to get your free rapid response survey. That's cattle.ca, CADDLE.ca.
Now, you mentioned a gold medal. I didn't talk about that some more. What gold medal did you win? And
it's a blind tasting in France.
Yes.
We received this. We received this medal, and we were very happy about it, of course. And as I said, some countries they need medals or
it matters.
Awards.
It's kind of like the Michelin Awards for restaurants, right?
Yes.
It doesn't always mean a great thing, but it's at least a leading indicator.
It is, and it's a proof.
Quality.
So, and this medal means a lot for us because especially our producers, they put a lot of efforts in ideas we have, and that's the outcome, and we're proud to have
the
it.
cows should wear the medals, really.
Of course,
and the cows. Let's widen the lens out a little bit. Let's talk about Austria in general and why it's such a food quality superpower. What have you guys got going on in Austria that makes everything so focused and so great? Is that a tradition? Is it decades and great management of trade policy, and what is it?
I mean, it started hundreds of years ago, I think, during the monarchy, because our Kaiser loved food, as I know, because a grandson of his is a friend of mine.
Oh, come on. That's great.
It is really. And they love food, and they like the nature, always did. So I think this is not to being big, is it? And we all think about the same, that we like and love food, the traditional way, the homemade way.
Yeah.
And now the chefs we have now, they do things to combine the unusual way, and it works out.
Yeah.
And that's actually
it worked out well.
The clue, yeah.
Let's talk about what's happening in global trade a little bit for a few minutes. What's your... it's obviously come up in a bunch of my conversations that global trade is changing. The Americans have kicked off some pretty dramatic changes. My last guest, you were watching us. We were talking about even if the Trump-type tariffs were rolled back, that there's been a change of brand and perception about America. But do you think about how is it resonating in Europe? And is it like this isn't a short-term thing? We need to think differently because maybe the trade structure and opportunity and risk. How do you and your colleagues think about it?
I mean, I think the change started during COVID, because there we realized that we have everything from the Far East. We can't even produce our own medicine anymore. And that was a mind-changing thing.
Sure.
So now this Trump thing is another mind-changing thing, and which I think below the line is very good for us. It was, from that point of view, the COVID thing was good because...
got you to think differently.
And they bring production back, or they think different. They think not in big volume, they think in small volume. The reaction is different. Now we don't fly anything around the world. It can be slower, or your planning is different. So I think it's going to be a different way of working in the future, which is not always good, but I think most of it is good, and could be.
We're thinking the same. It's hard. Of course, so much of our trade goes to America, 60+%. So you can imagine. But at the same time, we might look back on it, and in some ways, COVID did similar kind of reorientation and say something needed to shake us up a bit, right? We needed to get out of the... For us, of course, in Canada, it's the reliance on the U.S. market, which is always going to be a big market for us. I mean, it's right next door, right?
Sure.
But, one thing I heard, you mentioned COVID, leaders told me that they're in a better place from a mindset, from a resilience, from, listen, we got to be more agile than we were. If this trade stuff would have happened in 2018, it would have been a super big, tough change. Do you feel like you and your colleagues better able to handle this kind of change, thanks to, ironically, that whole COVID period?
We learned a lot at that period, and now, again, I think we have a lot of experience. We now just have to reactivate. Yeah. And if you can do that and don't get too rushed because you think you have to be before as it was, then yes, it works. And yes, we can do that. Our colleagues and also our customers can do it, and that is important, because once we say we do it that way and the customer says no, fast and cheap, then it's not working, but they think the same way.
Oh, interesting. Super interesting. What's next for you? I mean, you've got this amazing cheese, gold medal winner. Do you have an innovation process? How does that work? And in 4 years we'll have something different, or how does that work?
Innovation is a very important point for us, because so we can trust and tell our customers that you are in the right hand. So there are some things in the below the line already
on the work. So you put a whiteboard up and say, it's a fascinating process to me, because you would be at a show like this, so you might see something that might not even be in your category and think that, like I was just talking to my prior guest, Brian Joy, about Ozempic and the GLP-1 drugs.
Okay.
And how they are changing appetites. It's been, I don't know the availability in Austria, but in America it's been quite available, just starting in Canada. Okay. And people are telling me the craveability is completely changed. And, it's here to stay. How big it's going to be, whatever. But those things kind of, you start thinking about that?
We do, but you have to just have open ears to not just to your market, to other markets, to other trends. Can be something you just hear and write it down, and all of a sudden, when you in a process, there comes this clue. And this open-minded is very important, right. And that's what we have written on our whiteboard.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I always talk to entrepreneurs here about our observation is there's a lot of innovative companies that if you look back a few years ago aren't around anymore because it's hard to commercialize innovation, right?
That's true.
So it's that kind of what is interesting to me is the intersection of innovation and the customers. You can't get too far ahead of them. Like, how do you think about that? Like, you do some testing with your product because you could make a really innovative product that nobody wants, right? You know what I mean?
Like this is just running here, or not here in Austria. A very interesting product. We're not sure if we're gonna bring it on the market, but we have some test persons, and not just persons who like us.
Right.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
And the first tests were quite interesting of getting the feedback.
Yeah.
And this, you have to have time, of course, because if you say this product has to be on the market the next 5 months, then it can't work.
Yeah.
So this product now is in development for 1.5 years, and it could be quite impressive.
Fantastic.
Let's put it that way.
Fantastic. Well, listen, Dieter, thanks so much for joining me on the Food Professor podcast. It's a real treat to meet you. Your cheese is gold medal, award-winning cheese. It's fantastic. And if people want to, maybe there's a grocer wants to get in touch with you, where do they go?
Grocer, not yet. So that's in progress. So we have some boutiques around Canada who is already offering them, but it could be in the next few months that it's available.
And you have a website?
It's not easy to spell.
I'll put a link in the show notes.
Oh, that's good.
I'll put the link in. And are you on like a LinkedIn or something like that if people want to get in touch
No,
with you?
we are quite conservative on that.
So the website, media. Contact us on the website. Yeah. That's the best way to get in touch.
And it's in English and in French.
Beautiful.
All right.
Listen, thanks so much again for joining me on the podcast. Congratulations on the product. It meets or exceeds my expectations for your country's product.
Super.
So
I'm very proud. Thank you so much.
Safe travels back home.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning into our summer bonus interview series. Michael and I will be back live on the microphone together in late August. I'm Dr. Sylvain Charlebois, the food professor. Take care.
And I'm Michael LeBlanc. Safe summer travels, everyone. See you in the fall.